Okay, now please listen. So, according to our syllabus, we have to study the normal composition as well as abnormal composition. That is what is expected from our syllabus. Thus, we will look into the normal composition of the urine. Here, we can see that the urine has a number of physical characteristics as well as chemical characteristics. These are the physical characteristics, and this is what is the chemical characteristics. Under the physical characteristics, these are the main features which are coming. We have to study about the quantity, color, specific gravity, reaction, and the smell of the urine. So under these 5 categories, we have to discuss the physical characteristics of the urine. So first one is the quantity. Quantity is how much amount of urine is produced. While discussing about the glomerular filtration, I think you might have remembered that we were producing 180 liters of urine. 180 liters of glomerular filtrate. Out of that, only 1 to 2 liters of the only 1 to 2 liters is the amount of urine finally excreted from our body, which means 90% of the glomerular filtrate is again reabsorbed by the body. So here you can see that the quantity of the urine normally produced by a healthy adult person will be coming between 1500 to 2000 ml or 1.5 to 2 liter. That will be the amount of urine produced by a average healthy adult person in 24 hours. So it may vary with the amount of fluid taken. And if you are drinking lot of water, naturally the volume of the urine you are producing will be slightly more. In fact, it is linked with the protein metabolism. For example, higher the protein intake, larger the urinary output. So, for example, if you are eating mainly egg, then certain type of like kadala and other things, if you are eating lot of that protein-rich substance, then these substances which are rich in protein will be producing more amount of ammonia in your body. And in order to dilute the ammonia, we have to produce more amount of urea, which will be finally eliminated in the form of urine. So more the amount of protein you are taking, more amount of ammonia will be produced as waste material, which is excreted. This ammonia will be combining with the carbon dioxide forming urea, and urea will be eliminated in the form of urine. So this is what is happening in the case of protein intake. Higher the urea production in the body, higher is the volume of urine. So for example, if you are eating lot of protein rich substance, there will be more amount of urea in your body. In order to eliminate extra urea, you have to take extra volume of water. So more quantity of urine will be naturally produced by your body. So regarding the normal quantity or normal volume, it is 1.5 to 2 liters of urine in a 24 hours. Second physical characteristics is the color of the urine. Now normally urine is not just not having the color of the water. It is slightly more yellowish. And that yellowish color of the urine is actually caused by the presence of a pigment known by the name urochrome. Here you can see that. So urochrome is a pigment which is actually obtained from destroyed hemoglobin. So it is a pigment formed from hemoglobin, especially during the destruction of hemoglobin. Certain components will be converted into urochrome. So that is how the urochrome is formed. It is pale yellowish in color. So that color is actually the color of the urine. So that is why urine should be have a pale amber. Pale amber. Amber means actually resin, wood resin, marakara. That is the meaning of the word amber. Without any, so that the color of the amber is a yellowish. So the pale yellowish is the color of the urine. Then next point is the specific gravity. Specific gravity, there is another term called relative density. In physics, you might have studied about relative density. The other term is specific gravity. Specific gravity is actually the weight of the object relating to the water. For example, if you compare the weight of the water as 1, and if you take the weight of the urine, the urine is around 1.01 times to 1.02 times more heavier than water. So that is, urine has more weight and water has less weight. So if you take urine and water in a test tube, the water will be above the urine. Why? Urine is more heavy. Urine has more weight. That is the practical meaning of the word specific gravity. So when we speak about specific gravity, it is 1.01 to 1.02. So that is why when we mix urine and water, urine will be always going down. So in toilet, this is very advantageous, because when we after the passing of the urine, we are pouring water. Because water is lighter, less heavier, water is always staying above the urine. If it is opposite way, there will be always smell of urine in the toilet. So that is why in our sanitary situation, this property of the urine is very beneficial or very advantageous for us. So specific gravity, there is an instrument, this kind of instrument which is measuring the specific gravity is known as urinometer. Urinometer. What is the specific gravity? So it will be showing what will be the specific gravity of the, since there is a small test tube like instrument is that. Now next property is the reaction. The reaction of normal urine is slightly acidic with average pH of 6. So you know what do you mean by pH value and other things. So normally you can see that the pH value means whether the substance is acidic or alkaline. So in the case of urine, the pH value is considered as 6. So what is a normal neutral pH value? It is 7. So if it is 7, it is neutral, just like water, distilled water. But here it is 6. That means urine is slightly acidic. And that slightly acidic nature of the urine is actually contributed by presence of uric acid in that. The uric acid is an acid which is present in the urine, and that will be causing the urine the slight acidic nature. So there is one advantage of that. Because of slight acidic nature of the urine, many bacteria which are growing in neutral situation or neutral environment may not be able to grow there. So acidic nature of the urine is a property by which urine can destroy or prevent the entry of many bacteria and virus into the body. So that is one advantage of acidic nature of the urine. Then next is regarding the smell or odor. The smell of the urine is faint anamalic odor. Faint anamalic odor. And due to the presence of urinode, there is a substance called urinode, and it is this urinode that is giving the fresh deposited urine a slight smell. But the normal urine is only having the smell of the substance known by the name urinode. So if you are keeping urinode for some time, what happens is that it will be converted into what is called ammonia. So here you can say it soon gets smell of strong ammonia, which forms as a result of degradation of urine. So urinode will be converted into the urinode will be having the urea in that. The urea present in the urinode will be on exposed to air, will be converted into ammonia. So that is why if you do not use a lot of water in the bathroom or toilet, after some time there will be intense smell of ammonia. So that if you are not keeping the bathrooms clean and tidy, there will be some smell of ammonia. That is what, and that smell of ammonia is usually coming from the degradation or conversion of urea into ammonia. So this is how that smell of the bathrooms or smell of the toilets are usually coming. This because of the improper cleaning. We are allowing urea to convert into transformed into ammonia. So this is what is happening in this. So here we have discussed 5 important characteristics: quantity 1.5 to 2 liter, color pale yellow, specific gravity is slightly above, slightly heavier than water, so it is deposited below the water. Reaction is acidic in nature. Then smell is there is a faint anamalic odor. Anamalic odor. That is how the smell of the urine is normally indicated. Now coming to the chemical composition. In the case of chemical composition, here you can see that. Let me increase the size a little bit. Now if you look at the chemical composition, okay, so if you look at the chemical composition, you can see that there are number of substances which are present in urine. There is water is present, solids are present, urea, uric acid, creatine, and electrolytes are some of the different chemical substances which are present in the urine. So here you can see that urine is mainly composed of water, urea, sodium chloride. These are the 3 important substances which are present in the urine. In an adult taking 100 gram of protein in 24 hours, because earlier we have observed that there is some direct connection between how much amount of protein that we are taking. More protein you are taking, more will be the output of urine. So if a person is taking only 100 gram of urine protein in 24 hours, the composition of the urine will be like this. Out of the 100 ml you are taking, 96% will be water. So 96% of the urine is normally water in an adult healthy person who is taking only 100 gram of protein. Then you can see that the remaining 4%, is actually formed of solid, and 50% of the solid, that is will be urea. Urea will be contributing to 2% of the total solid, that is 50%, and other metabolic products will be that will be also contributing half of the total solid. So there will be 96% water, 2% urea, and 2% other metabolic products. This is how the composition of the urine is normally. So what are the other metabolic products? Here you can see that they consist of uric acid, creatine, electrolyte, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and bicarbonate. So under the other bicarbonate, other metabolic products, these are the various substances that we are seeing here. So remember that only 4% is the total amount of solid. Out of that, 2% is actually contributed to the urea itself. The other 2% is contributed by different type of metabolic products like uric acid, creatine, and sodium chloride, potassium chloride, etc. Then coming to the urea, it is one of the end products of protein metabolism. It is prepared from deaminated amino acid in the liver and will be reaching kidney through blood circulation. So how the urea is, there is from certain amino acid, one amino group will be removed. When amino group is removed from an amino acid, that will be converted into urea. That is how the formation of urea is taking place. That is why it is prepared from deaminated, removal of amino group from an amino acid, and that process is taking place in the liver, and from liver that will be finally reaching the kidney through blood circulation. Here also you can see the normal blood urea level is indicated, that is 20 to 40 milligram per deciliter. DL means 100 ml or deciliter. So that is the amount of urea present in 100 ml in a normal person. So there are certain situations where this urea will be increasing. Some people who will be having kidney problem. If you have any kidney problem, what will be happening? Your body may not be able to remove the waste material, especially urea from your body or from your blood. And this urea will be present in the blood. So then in such a situation, the amount of urea in the blood will be increasing, and if it is going above 40 milligram per liter, that will be a harmful situation or a dangerous situation. So that will be eventually leading to the death of the person. So this is how the urea is calculated. So normal urea value is 20 milligram to 40 milligram. Then we have uric acid. Uric acid is also a excretory material, just like urea, but amount of uric acid. For example, if you are taking birds have higher amount of uric acid. If you see a bird droppings, there is a white color material in that. That white color material that you are seeing in the droppings of a bird is actually the uric acid. So uric acid is also produced by mammals or human beings, but their amount is far less than urea. So normal level of uric acid is 2 to 6 milligram, where it was this urea is 20 to 40 milligram. So there is a less amount of uric acid, and about 1.5 to 2 gram is excreted daily in the urine. So that is the amount, how much uric acid is actually excreted from the urine, and that is will be a very, so less amount of uric acid is present in urine compared with the urea. Now next metabolic product is the creatine. Coming to creatine, it is also a waste material, and creatine is actually a metabolic waste of creatine. There is in the muscle, there is a kind of protein. That protein is known as creatine. This creatine will be converted into creatinine as a waste material. Creatine is a useful protein. When that protein is converted into creatinine, that becomes a waste product. Then there are other substances like urine bodies, oxalates, phosphate, sulfate, urease are also present as other metabolic products in the case of the urine. So this is an idea regarding what are the other metabolic products which are totaling 2% of the total volume. Then we can also see that there are certain substances called electrolytes or salt, such as sodium chloride or potassium chloride, and they are also excreted in the urine to maintain normal level in the blood. Because if too much sodium chloride is present in the blood, certain amount of sodium chloride will be removed in the form of through urine. Otherwise, what happens is that salt concentration of our blood will be increasing. If more salt is present, our body has to increase the amount of water in the blood. If more water is present in the blood, our pressure will be increasing. So, lot of complications is there. So, if the amount of sodium chloride is increasing in the blood, body will be removing that extra sodium chloride. Only a certain optimum level of sodium chloride is always only advisable in the case of blood. So more sodium chloride or potassium chloride excess will be removed in the form of urine and using water. So these are the salts which are part of our daily diet and always taken in excess and need to be excreted to maintain. For example, a physiological healthy person. For example, as in the case of most of you, you are in a younger age, so you don't have any problem. So older you are getting, your chance of developing blood pressure are gradually will be increasing. But in a younger individual, even if you take a lot of salt, the extra salt will be immediately removed in the form of through urine, because your body or your kidney are working in a highly efficient manner. When the efficiency is decreasing, if you are taking too much, that becomes a problem. That is why when a person is having blood pressure, doctors advise him to reduce the amount of salt, because extra salt if you are taking, that will be retaining more amount of water in the blood. More water is remaining in the blood means higher the blood pressure. So higher the blood pressure means more damage to your heart and other important organs. So this is how the problem is coming. Then few other substances are also there. Under that we have abnormal constituencies are there, and under the abnormal constituents, these are the main abnormal constituents. One is protein, glucose, etc. For example, if the amount of protein in the blood is increasing, we call it very proteinuria. So too much protein in the body, that extra protein will be removed in the through urine, and that situation is known as a proteinuria. Normally, the amount of protein will be between 20 to 80 milligram, but if it is above that, that will be leading to a situation known as proteinuria, and it is a situation when people are having some problem with the kidney like nephritis, nephrosis, leukemia. All these are problems associated with the kidney, and that will be leading to extra removal of protein. Then we have glucose. Glucose is also a substance, especially in the case of diabetes mellitus. This excess glucose is a lot of glucose will be removed through your urine, and that situation is known as a glucoseuria. Here you can see that. So glucoseuria is a situation in which the urine will be containing glucose, and that will be of two types. One is temporary glucoseuria or permanent glucoseuria. For example, when you are eating too much sugar, lot of chocolates, a lot of ice cream, and lot of other sweet things, then there will be slight increase of sugar in your blood, in your urine for some time. But that is only for 1 or 2 days. After that it will be normal. And the extra mental excitement, too much mental excitement, too much happy. So such things can also lead to temporary glucoseuria. Some kind of illness can lead to temporary glucoseuria. On the other hand, there is a more or less permanent glucoseuria or diabetic glucoseuria. If you are having a diabetes mellitus, that situation will be leading to an increase in the amount of glucose in your blood, urine, and that situation is known as diabetes glucoseuria, caused by diabetes mellitus. Now, in addition to glucose, there are other types of sugar also. One is fructose, then you have lactose, and you have also galactose. The presence of fructose in urine is known as a fructoseuria. Galactose in urine known as galactoseuria. Lactose in urine is known as a lactoseuria. So normally it is the glucoseuria, but in certain rare situation, fructoseuria, lactoseuria, and galactoseuria can also come. Then another abnormal ingredient is the lipid or the fat. Presence of lipid in urine is known as a lipuria. Just add urea, it becomes lipuria, and that happens when you are drinking too much alcohol. If you are drinking too much alcohol, or your intake of rich fish liver oil is more, and the extra fat will be removed through urine, and that situation is known as lipuria. Then we have ketonuria. Ketonuria simply means presence of ketone bodies. Here there are three important ketone bodies are there: acetoacetic acid, hydroxybutyric acid, and acetone. These are the three different ketone bodies. Normally they are produced in your body when fat digestion is taking, fat metabolism is happening in your body. So that will be producing acetoacetic acid, hydroxybutyric acid, and acetone. So more amount of ketone in your urea is leading to ketonuria. For example, if you are starving, you are not taking any food, as in the case of people who are in hunger strike, then what body normally does is that body will be utilizing the fat stored in your body and take energy from that. When body is utilizing fat, these ketone bodies will be produced and they will be removed through urine, and that situation is known as a ketonuria. So presence of ketone bodies in urine is known as a ketonuria. Finally, it is hematuria. Simply as from the word hem means blood. So if blood is present, normally it is not present in urine. But due to certain illness, like some kind of nephritis, kidney infection, urinary infection, or some kind of physical injury to your organ, trauma, then some damage, some certain blood vessels might be leaking, and that blood will be coming into the urine. That situation is known as hematuria. If blood is present in urine, it is a sign that something is wrong with the working of the kidney. Some serious situation is happening in your kidney, then only hematuria will be occurring. So these are the various harmful substances. Then we have bilirubin is there. Bilirubin will be giving yellow color to your urine, and that is a substance produced by your liver. Acetone is there. Acetone will be giving acetonuria. Then pus means talc. So that in certain infection like gonorrhea, the pus may appear in the urine. Then stones may appear. About the stones we will be discussing in the next class. So certain urinary calculi like certain minerals like calcium carbonate, calcium phosphate, calcium oxalate can also be present as stones in the urine, and that will be leading to a situation known as a urinary calculi, will be blocking the passage of urine through the urethra. So this is an idea of what are the abnormal constituents which can be present in the urine, and also the normal constituents are there. So sometimes you can expect a essay question, 10-mark question, based on give an account of what are the normal or abnormal constituents of the urine.